Hi guys, today we are going to the Toronto Zoo for Mother's Day. At the Toronto Zoo, we are going to visit many different regions. Um, so we are going to visit the Indo-Malaya region, which is the area around India and South Asia. Here when we enter the Indo-Malaya district, we can see peacocks. Um, Okay, so let me tell you about peacocks. This peacock is known as the Indian peafowl, and it lives normally from 10 to 13 years. In Indian, peafowl's diet mainly is of leaves, and it's omnivores. After seeing the peacocks, we went to the Indo-Malaya Pavilion. The Indo-Malaya Pavilion, we saw many kinds of fish. We saw tortoise. These tortoises are small, relatively small. And then we saw a python. These are one of the largest snakes in the world. Um, and they're carnivorous, I think. We saw many kinds of monkeys and chimpanzees and gorillas also um, in the Indo-Malaya Pavilion. We especially saw a lot of chimpanzees, and there was also a tiger outside. This is a Sumatran tiger. It lives in Indonesia, and you can see it's just walking around, and it's probably waiting for food. After that, we went to the African district, and uh, it, and then we went to the African Rainforest Pavilion. There we saw more snakes, and even we saw hippos too. The hippos were eating some kind of. It looked like leaves. It's kind of looks like lettuce. There were a few people who were watching the staff feed the hippos, and then after that we went to the Eurasia. After that we went to another part of the zoo where there's another tiger which is called the Amur tiger. This lives in North Russia, and as you see, it's probably walking around. Um, I do not know really why it's walking around, but it's just probably just chilling out. In one of the pavilions, we saw this small mice which were in one of these mazes with like many boxes, and then we also saw chameleon. It's pretty hard to see, but it was stunning. It was really good at camouflaging into the leaves. After that, we saw gorillas, and we saw gorillas, and then after seeing gorillas, we saw tiny fish. These fishes looked really beautiful and colorful, and the aboard there said that they're actually pretty small. These are actually one of the larger ones. These fishes are called cichlids, and they're found in Lake Malawi, which is in Africa. Uh, Lake Malawi is near South Africa in the southern district, in the southern region of Africa. That we these are some we saw a gorilla eating, and it's just sitting eating. It looks like it was eating some kind of bamboo looking like thing, and then there was another gorilla which is just walking around. After seeing fishes, gorillas, and many other things, we saw frogs. It said these frogs were poisonous, and they were really colorful, and they looked really vibrant. Then we saw more gorillas. These gorillas act just like human, and they're really similar in appearance. And then when we walked outside of the African Rainforest Pavilion, we we saw a whole environment. They've made these environments for a family of gorillas. These gorillas were jumping from one place to another. They were really, really energetic, and it looked. And then one of them was eating some kind of meat, and um, one of them was walking on a single log. You can see how much balance these gorillas have, and they're relatively heavy. This board shows the names of each gorillas. The gorillas have names here. On our way to Keisho Park, where there's lions and other things that are and animals that are normally in the savannah, we just saw, we just bought a Oreo Blizzard from DQ. Keisho Park is around the 90-meter walk from here, and when we entered Keisho Park, we saw this big armchair and very beautiful looking tulips. We walked for a little bit in Keisho Park, and we saw this small cave or artificial cave looking like thing, and there was a window that said about the African lion. You see right now it's sleeping, and there was a big lion, and then we went to see a few monkeys. These monkeys have have like a red back at their bottom. After seeing monkeys, we went to see zebras, and the zebras were all in black and white, and it stood out from the green grass. And then we also saw cheetahs, if they were, and then there was a small area for a ostrich, but it wasn't open. Then we went to the Canadian Domain. It was a big climb. We saw bison, and then we saw like a train kind of looking thing. It's called a Zoomobile, and we were near the Canadian Zoomobile station. And after that, we went to the Americas, and we saw spiders and iguanas and lizards. We also saw many crocodiles, and this is All of these small things are flies. And after that, we went to the Tundra Trek, which is like the tundra, like, this is a polar bear made out of plastic. And that's pretty cool because, like, that you need a lot of artsy things for that. And we also saw a real polar bear. It was playing around in the water with things. And there was also an underwater viewing, but we only got a good view from above. We saw the skeletal structure of a bowhead whale. It was huge. After seeing the tundra area, we saw an airplane, and it looked like a biplane, but it wasn't one, and I don't think it's currently in use. There was also a zip line that I think goes from the tundra to Australia, and also on the way out we saw a structure which the indigenous people used to live in. After going to the Tundra Trek, we went to the Australasia Pavilion. Inside it, we saw jellyfish, we saw more turtles, and some birds. After seeing the Australasia region, we went back home. We also walked on the boardwalk for a little bit, so we had a great Mother's Day. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and bye.